Hi everyone and welcome to another Wealthsimple RRSP update. This is my Q2 2022. That means it's July 1st, July 2nd right now. Every quarter, so like every 3 months, I do an update on my RRSP portfolio. What I do here is I use their Roboadvisors to invest. I choose the highest risk possible on Wealthsimple and I compare it to the S&P 500 and my investments. These videos haven't been that popular lately. It's been waning popularity. I got like 10,000 views first, then 1,000 recently. So I don't know, depending on how this video does, I might discontinue this, but I do it just to get a little variety in the channel. A lot of the times I'm just options trading or talk about stocks or dividends. And this is something a little different, something for more of the passive investor. If you just want to put your money in a robo-advisor and they invest for you. Before we get started, if you're interested in learning about Canadian finance, I created a free ebook for anyone interested. It's like 6 to 8 pages, just tips and tricks for beginners on Canadian finance. When you sign up with your email, you will get some marketing from me about my Canadian finance course if you're interested. So jumping right into it, if we go into Wealthsimple, in Q1, I believe I had 22,500 in Q4. So before the stock market dropped, I had, 23,000? So for the first time, it says I am down $1,000. So it says, hello, Bassam, you have $21,335, a little higher than previous, but I am down in the stock market. So one sec, if I just show you year to date, if you invested Jan 1, you should be losing money. Almost everything you would have done will be losing money. So if this button would work, computer's frozen. Great timing, everyone. If you look at the S&P 500 heat map, I guess this is what would have happened July 1st on Friday. So everything is down. We are entering into a recession, so assume everything will go down. Energy is going up, but this is kind of temporarily. If you recall, or if you watch what happened in 2007, 2008, energy was up. Everything else was down. This is just part of the game. So if this ever works, I don't know what is happening. Let me try to reload this. Year to date. There we go. So we are officially in a correction. No, this is a bear market. A correction is 10 to 15% down. A bear market is 20% down. So you can see we are in the 20% territory. If we look at 1 year ago, you'd be down 12%. In the past 5 years, you'd be up 57%. So ideally, you'd invest for the long term. Don't let this deter you. Now would be a good time to buy. If you want to wait, you probably have another year, let's say 6 months to a year buying opportunity. It won't continually go down and it won't slowly start to come back up. It might hover at the bottom, which is what I think would happen. We still have a little bit more to go. So even though if your investments are down, just don't worry, the whole market is down. Some people can't, not a lot of people can beat the market. So you just want to see if you're relatively close. But let's just get into this. So I'm down $1,035. If we click into my RRSP balance, I'll just give a breakdown of what I do. I invest $300 a month or $150 out of every paycheck. That's $3,600 a year, which is not a lot, but this gives us a little map of if I invested now, how much would I have by 65, which is 353. If we go by 55, right now, if I keep investing at this current pace, I'd have 189,000 by the time I'd want to retire, which is 55. Last quarter, this was 211,000. The quarter before, I believe it was 255,000. So investments are going down. If we take a look at what I've invested in, I chose their halal portfolio and the risk level 10. So that means it's 90% equity, 10% gold. There's no fixed income in here, but you can change it if you want. You can choose their socially responsible investing and you can see what's invested in there. And you can choose their standard, which is more of the horizons. I could probably spend another video breaking down exactly what's in here, but I chose the halal portfolio just to see how it would do. And the performance hasn't been that bad. Even though there are fees when you invest in Wealthsimple, it's been tracking for the most part. If we go into the history, this is the most important part. So the reason why this looks weird is that I went from RRSP to group RRSP with Wealthsimple, so I had to switch back, and that's why there's a little bit of a lag here. The reason why I like this is that the orange line tracks the market value of your investment. Notice how it continuously fluctuates. And the black line is my investment. So you notice the slowly staggered stairs up to the top. So I invest the same amount every 2 weeks, the same amount every month. Now, for the first time is when the black line is above the orange line. So these are my investments before, let's say it's September 6th. My portfolio was worth 22,000, but I invested 19,000. So I invested less than what it's currently worth, which is great. You want investments to go up, but as the market decreases, I've invested more than what it is currently worth. I am losing money. You could see here a summary of my activity. Every 2 weeks, I deposit $150. And at the end of every month, I reinvest my dividends, which is fine. So looking at this, you can see where the market has turned against me. It is pretty frustrating. I feel like we should have gone into a recession in 2020. And now just the bubble has inflated and the recession will be worse. I wish we just started the recession in 2020 and then we might be out of it by now, but what can we do? I really like the way this chart kind of shows you my decreasing stock portfolio. You could see, well, look, I was at 23,500 back in January, and now we're down, to 21,000, even though I've continuously been adding to my portfolio. So if we just compare against the S&P 500, I've put into this periodic investment calculator, reinvesting the dividend. So I started with 14,118. And from November 2020 is when I started. My monthly investment has been an average 385. So I should have 22,543 if I just invested in the S&P 500. And if we compare against Wealthsimple, I have 21,335. So I am slightly behind. It is hard to beat the market. You shouldn't be too upset. But what is this, like 5% off? It's not the end of the world over 2 years, but it is frustrating nonetheless. If we look at my simple rate of return, 4.6, the most important one we want to see is the money weighted rate of return, because it takes into account the timing of when you've deposited. Simple rate of return isn't the most ideal because it doesn't take into account when you've put in your deposits. Time weighted. So, I'm down 4.2%. I am going to invest in this for the long term. So it sucks to see this return now. And I am slightly behind the S&P 500, which is what we do when we take a look at this. So I am thinking, like, what would my recommendation be? Just buy SPY stock? Is this easier? Yes. Just, this is the most passive thing you can do. They automatically take out money from my account. You can adjust how much you want to deposit. You can adjust if you want to increase. You can adjust your risk level. Would I be better off if I invested in the S&P 500? Yes. Is it slightly more active? A little bit. But there's, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with Wealthsimple. Like, I've been using the Roboadvisor for 2 years. Good experience so far. They continuously add to their platform. So they added crypto, they added trading, they added some US dollar accounts. So you don't get screwed with their 2.5%, which was pretty bad. I think it's a little bit less now. And now I think they bought Simple Tax or they bought TurboTax. They ended up buying a tax software. So they do have a good tax calculator, which is what I use. Just to estimate, if you go Wealthsimple tax calculator, you can estimate your 2022 returns. Let's see if it loads. Yeah. So you can choose your province or territory. So I'm in Ontario, and you can choose how much. If you have $50,000, how much tax you'd pay. If you put in your RSP, how much you'd end up saving. And I think it tells you your RSP savings. Yeah. So this is how much you'd get. It is pretty good to use. So overall, happy with Wealthsimple. I probably will include a code somewhere. So if you sign up using my code, we'll get $10,000 managed for free for 10 months. Obviously, this isn't a free, they don't manage it for free for you. It's like 0.5% a year, which is pretty good in my opinion. It's less than an actively managed one from a live consultant or a certified financial planner. I would rather go with Roboadvisor. So you could see what this means here. I referred 5 friends. I get 31,000 managed for free. And since my account is only 21,000, I get my whole account managed for free, which is fine, but it only lasts for 12 months. This is if you're interested. And I turned on auto deposits. I get another 1,000 managed for free, which is nothing. But yeah, this is a pretty short video, not much to show. Maybe if I show activity, does anything come up here? Nothing really. It just shows money coming out of my account. It shows the invested cash, dividends at the end of every month, which is fine. Does this show anything? Not really. This is the Wealthsimple Sharia portfolio. Pretty simple. This is made for beginners. I like the user interface. I feel like it's very pretty. If we go, yeah, there's nothing else to show you pretty much. You can add your contribution room here, but I have more. I have another RRSP portfolio in my TD account, which I just kind of want to leave for myself. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. This is just my quarterly Wealthsimple update. Currently losing money, but I think everyone else is as well. If someone is making money, ask for proof, because they're probably not. It's kind of hard to predict in this market. If you watch my options trading, I try to make $1,000 or $2,000 a week just trading options. My portfolio is down 100 grand, so that 1,000, 2,000, I'm slowly clawing back at my unrealized loss. But hopefully, if I wait a year, 2 years, hopefully we'll be out of this. Just like March 2020, I was down $90,000 and it took 9 months for it to get back. It was stressful at the time, but I'm happy I kind of held on and I didn't panic sell. I think I'm going to end it here. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to get some tips and tricks on, or just some advice on where to start about Canadian finance, consider signing up for my ebook. You will get notification for my course. I did create a course called Canadian Finance Pro. It is currently 8 hours. You get free access to me if you want to watch just a free 10-minute video. I'm going to change this. I don't like the video I put out right now. I'll put out another section of the course. Some of the perks of the course, you get lifetime access to a Discord server where you can talk to 55 other members. So I'm happy that community is growing. Every month or two, I do a live Q&A for an hour. I find a lot of people were, they didn't want to attend the Q&A because they said they asked me all the questions anyway on my Discord server. So, what can I do there? I kind of give away everything for free, but this is lifetime access. The course right now is the cheapest it will ever be. It is $297. If I'm going to add another section, I might add an options trading section to this, and I will increase the course by $100 because the course will go up by 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, so I'm deviating from the topic, from the content of this video. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and tune into the next one.